I was very clear what the theme would be for Fall 17. This is going to be Natori. Okay, we're ready for Fall 17. We have to go to the true DNA of what the brand is about.
A journey throughout your 40 years.
To be able to show the richness of the heritage of the brand.
This is our #1 selling print.
It's amazing.
How do we figure out
We
how
have
to
find out,
update it?
yeah. We need to go back and find the very original tapestry I have of this.
Yeah.
You look around this room and there's been a lot of achievements here and it shows.
Yeah, we need to flaunt it. You know, not be shy about it. We have this opportunity on the 40th year to finally put our stake in the ground of who we are and what we can be.
One of your strengths is embroideries.
The colors, the rich colors,
Mixing the jades with the purples.
the prints, the scenery, pagodas,
Medallions or hammered metals.
dragon for sure
Yeah.
is a must.
Yes, definitely.
Feel-good fabric, softness, cuddly, cozy, the femininity of the brand, the sensuality of the brand, all at the same time. I mean, I'm looking at fall to be so rich. Okay? Great.
Perfect.
Get to work. Is that amazing? Natori's been bringing the world into your closet for 40 years. I got this from one of the souks in Istanbul. I go crazy. I'm inspired by art and collections I have that normally you would just see in museums, but I've been able to recreate them in a way that they are wearable and you enjoy them and you use them. This is my trip to the Silk Road, now to Japan. Japanese kimonos, which I adore. The kimono shape, the mandarin color pajama, the slip dress, the lace, the femininity. I mean, it's all inspired from all our archives.
And so what we'll do now is pull apart the pieces that would be most unique to each particular brand to tell the story.
Natori is a lifestyle company. Yes, we were born in the lingerie, but today under the house Natori is Josie Natori, which is most luxurious. Natori, which is the heritage brand, is the biggest one. And Natori, which is the everyday brand, is more affordable. And lastly, the Josie, which is the more contemporary, younger brand. There's fragrance. Got the dragon here. There's home accents, decor, legwear, hosiery. Is that divine? But all with the same mission of bringing art into life. Okay, here we go. So, where are we with the prints?
This kimono print with the Suzanne border.
We obsess for 3 months on one print and changing the colors.
Deeper background, and then we added on the accent.
We want them all to flow like a perfect symphony without duplication and yet cohesiveness.
And then we try silver color.
It's a very organic process.
I think this pattern is very us.
Everyone changes their mind, even me.
I feel like you have to listen and not cut them off and say, you know. Although when I don't like something, I don't waste time. That green, woo, yeah, like I wouldn't be caught dead without color.
You have to have a thick skin.
You're putting that, it's like rinsing.
You're right.
No, forget it.
You're right.
And democratic to a point. What's new here in that neutral that's new? Green's not new, purple's not new. What?
Maybe in the grays.
So I love that is, but the fluidity is important to keep.
Yeah, that is better.
She has passion for every single part of the process. It's amazing to see, and her energy and her commitment and her know-how astounds me every day.
You know, there's so many things from the very beginning. So where is this? Can someone pull that out, please?
Mrs. Natori is more focused on what her DNA is, what her brand is. I think that's why she's been able to last for so long.
Me?
You think that one needs more?
Of course, you're gonna hit it there, you're gonna see it. Anyone who's wearing this, they want to make a statement. They're not buying it to be quiet. This is for women who are confident and appreciate themselves and work hard and don't think twice about indulging. Because as I always said, indulgence is a necessity. We work hard, you deserve it. Or they, Chris? I would rather be hands-on here every step of the way, you know, because this is too important. Great. The buck stops here and I want it to be right. I don't believe in regrets. It's important to make mistakes because from there you get stronger. Everything in life connects. And I think you learn from every step of the way. I was the first woman vice president of investment banking at Merrill Lynch. Had a wonderful stint in Wall Street and then met Ken. That was our wedding 45 years ago. There's Lola with grabs. From the very beginning, Ken and I were always clear that we would have our own business. I think it was just a question of what. There's Lola with Nanay and Tatay. I was going to be a businesswoman, like my grandmother and my mother. That is a given. The Philippines is one of the few matriarchal societies. I had a grandmother who just said to me, you have to be independent, have your own career, never have to ask money from anybody. There was never a boundary of what I could do, but never had I ever had any illusions nor dreams or fantasies about being in the design business.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. It's Lola. It's Lola. We did look at so many different businesses, from a car wash to a McDonald's, 100 ideas until the aha moment of, let me have something to do with the Philippines. What resonated was this embroidered blouse, literally a peasant blouse, that I brought to a buyer at Bloomingdale's and said, make this into a nightshirt. I didn't know what a nightshirt was, so just make it longer. I landed in the lingerie arena where I didn't have a clue. A little bit of luck, but hard work, unbelievably hard work. But I guess for me, I loved it. I still love it. So even though it was hard work, it was okay. I just think that I was tenacious about, have a vision, and I'm not gonna stop until I get to that vision. Natori was born out of an idea of craftsmanship from day one. I am very proud of my heritage and very proud of what the Philippines stands for in terms of creativity and artisanship. Every one of these workers in the factory has the same artistic sense. Our factory is 37 years old and mostly women workers that take pride in what they do. People have no idea that even for a simple nightgown or shirt, it can pass 20 hands.
She goes to the Philippines literally every month, both to work in our factory and to spend time with her mother. She gets off the plane, she comes straight to work, puts in a full day.
He keeps saying that he's gonna retire before I do.
Growing up, I honestly never thought I would work here. I worked for 5 years as a TV and radio reporter at Bloomberg, and then I worked on Wall Street. And, after a couple of years, I said, you know what? I can join the company now and really bring value to the company as opposed to just being there because I was a Natori. Because we factored in ordering the fabric and then production time. How does it work? Yeah, it works 95% of the time. My mother and I are polar opposites in a lot of ways. I am much more realistic.
I shoot from the hip.
I would say rational.
I'm neither.
But we both recognize, we really need each other to make this company successful. So we make it work.
I'm especially excited about 2017 because I think I have a design team that is young, younger, right? And fresh.
Maybe we could try adding some shape. It's an exciting time, I think, because there's just so much newness and we're embracing this modern lifestyle of dressing. The beauty of Natori really does come through within every collection. So this is the first proto in the silk.
Yeah, I love that. That looks great. We went to all the different iconic images of what the brand is about.
So this is the JN dragon.
This is the couture dragon.
Yeah, that's great.
It was the dragon from the beginning.
What could be more obvious than the dragon? And you're gonna see that all over. Dragon in every single form. We are actually doing a show, but in a more personal way. We're gonna do it here in our showroom to be able to demonstrate the artistry of what Natori is. It's today, it's now, and relevant to a new generation.
I'm very different than my mother-in-law. I'm much more laid back, casual, West Coast. But she really respected that I am who I am and this is how I dress and embraced it.
Actually, the idea came about that she would represent the demographics of what we felt the Josie brand is. And she started the blog. It's almost 5 years, I believe.
It's more about the 30-something-year-old who has a family, is busy.
That generation has a totally different attitude about living, even just in terms of the home. So it's so important to be relevant for the future. Is that whole jacquard pattern. And what that would take, having Kenneth here, having fresh mindset about the future. That's fabulous. How will we take this now to the next level and be the lifestyle brand and globally that I always envisioned it could be, to reach it to its potential. Okay, great. That would make me really proud. Dragon, as we said, is the overlying theme, and
Dragon jacquard.
the whole dragon jacquard.
So we replaced it with the body Rose is working on that we talked about.
We're 3 weeks away.
But I think we could use another piece. We've got 5 days to figure this out.
Countdown. It's a countdown.
Countdown. Countdown. I'm like freaking out. Right. I guess it's the musician in me. I feel it, I see it, but I don't necessarily get it all in the beginning, but there's a big vision. I think we're getting there.
I'm always nervous, but at the same time, you know, you have to stay calm. It always comes together.
The moment you get there, there's something else that you should have done, but it's okay. It's a process. That's what I like about it, you know? Never contented. Like music, you know, you just keep figuring it out, a different way to play it, because I haven't gotten there. I haven't gotten to the finale. To me, the journey is just the beginning. I love that we decided to do this in our showroom. Hello there. I feel at home here. Look, feels like a gallery, doesn't it?
It's a total of 20 looks. We're going to be flowing out the collection in groups of 5.
Hello, hello. I wanted to be more personal about this, so we have a very limited invitation today.
All 10 ready. Melina, Ninja, Christy, everyone's in line. All right, ready? Let's go.
It's our 40th year in the business, so we wanted to flaunt our heritage. So this is the first 5 looks. It's a cocoon coat, beautiful. This is our mandarin jacket. Isn't that beautiful? I do like the intimacy of being able to kind of joke about it and laugh and have the model come here close and show them, touch it. I wanted to just show you the kind of workmanship. This is all embroidered and then it's clipped. You see, that gives you that texture. So many of our pieces is about the attention to detail, the fine work, the intricacies of the embroidery.
Oh my God,
Is that cool? It's all done in our own facilities. Very iconic patterns we've had through the years. And all the jewelry is either horn or acacia wood and brass. It's all hand done in the Philippines. I'm actually stunned that it's 40 years. I said, what? And quite true, it's very rare to have a brand still on the top of their game.
Mink?
Yeah, it's mink. You like that? Is that cool? Of course, there have been tough times. I always like to say in the 80s, I couldn't do anything wrong. In the 90s, I couldn't do anything right. But the fact is, it made us stronger. So, the dragon. And in times of crisis, my father always said, you can look at it two ways, as a tragedy or as an opportunity. So I always look at it as an opportunity. Everything is gonna be fine. Yeah, I think that I wouldn't be today. Now you're gonna make me cry. Amazing. I could never have done this book. And my father passed away. He passed away 3 years ago. So I think it's just kind of looking back. My father, being that self-made man, built this business to be one of the largest construction companies in the Philippines. He decided to build this little factory just to get me started. But he also taught me you have to take risk, to gamble, and never to take anything for granted. To be humble, but be the best at what you are.
Our customer loves Natori. She's come to depend on the beautiful styling and the quality.
This is gorgeous. Yeah. I really liked some of the couture details, the hand-beaded jackets, and some of her classic shapes, but it felt modern at the same time.
I feel it. It's 4 layers. And then embroidered.
Lots of velvet, so I think Josie's really on point this season with lots of velvet and the embroideries.
Perfect. Well, of course, what are they going to say also in front of me, right? I'm sure they could have said, oh, it's so Asian. But it doesn't matter. I want to be true to what we are about. I'm confident enough that we have been around for 40 years for a reason. There's a real pride in what we've done. We've been able to make something made in the Philippines, a global brand, international, and in the best department stores. So I think that made my father proud. That's it. 40 years. So I think we have a minute to breathe, and then we're on to spring 18. Thank you, thank you. Wait, we're not complete yet. Come on, Christina, come here. I think it's an amazing future ahead of us. The best is yet to come.